Okay, so we're still in book 6.1b. We're just solving equations that require 2 steps. Okay, so let's start with question 5. So we cut it at the equal sign to make the left side and the right side. And we like to do our variables first, our letters first. So if we want our letters on the left, our variables on the left, which one do we have to move? Well, the 13 has the variable. It's already on the left, but this 4x, he's on the right, so we're going to have to move this one. So we do the opposite. This is positive 4, so I'm going to go minus 4x. Now, when I put this on the other side, I have to put it on the one that has an x. So this is an x, this is an x. So I write it over top of the 13. Okay, so 4 minus 4 is 0, it's gone. And then I have 13 minus 4, which is 9. So this is 9x plus 41 equals 5, because that's 0, that's gone. So now I see my x is on the left. So this 9 is close to the x, it's like the best friend, and the 41 is far, it's like the neighbor. So I have to move the neighbor first. Or you can say, I want my letters, my variables on the left. He doesn't have a variable. So I have to move him to the other side, because only the x's are going to be on this side, the terms with the x's. So let's move this one. Minus 41, minus 41, because we do opposite. This is plus, this is minus. That's 0. So now I have 9x equals 5 minus 41. What's 5 minus 41? Minus 36. So here I have minus 36. Now x wants to be alone, so I have to get rid of the 9, like the best friend. So I do same over same. How much is 9 divided by 9? That's 1. So really this is 1. Then I have my x equals, and then I have to do negative 36 divided by 9, which equals, because they're not the same, this is a minus and this is a positive, they're opposite, it's going to be a minus answer. So a negative. 36 divided by 9 is 4. So x equals minus 4. Okay. Let's do 6. Okay. So we cut it to make the left and the right side. And we want our letters on the left. Our variables on the left. So let's look at our variables first. We have a 6x and a 2x. So who needs to move to the left? This guy does. Okay. So the opposite of 2x is minus 2x. And I have to put him on the x, the term with the x, because he has an x, because they are like terms. So minus 2x. So 2x minus 2x is 0. Then I have 6 minus 2, which equals 4. So this is 4x. Let's move it down a bit. So 4x plus 15 equals, that's 0. So now I only have a 7. So x is on the left, so I have to get rid of the 4 and the 15 because x needs to be alone. This is like the best friend touching x, and this is far away. This is like the neighbor, so I have to get rid of this one first. Or I can say, I want all the terms with the x's on the left. He doesn't have an x, so let's move him over onto the other side. So he's plus 15, so I do opposite. So 4x equals 7 minus 15 equals 7 minus 15 minus 8. So that's negative 8. So then x wants to be alone, so I have to get rid of the 4. So to get rid of the best friend, I always do same over same. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. Then I have my x. These are not the same sign. This is a minus, this is a positive, so it's going to be negative. And then 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay. Or you can use your calculator with the fraction button. Go minus 8 over 4. And that will also give you 2. You can do that both ways. So then I just write it x equals minus 2 because the 1 can really hide in math. Okay. Let's go to the next page. Let's do 13. So now we're using the letter M. It's the same thing. Cut it at the equal sign to make the left and the right. And we want all our letters, our variables, on the left. Letters on the left. So do I move the 4M or the minus, what's hiding there? A 1. Minus 1M. If we want our letters on the left, we have to move this one. So we do opposite. Minus 1 plus 1. And don't forget to write the variable M. Okay? Do I put that on the 7 or the 4? I have to put it on the 4 because he has an M, he has an M. They are like terms, so I put the like terms together. So 1 minus 1 is 0, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So I have 5M minus 7 equals 18, because that's gone, that's 0. So now our letters on the left, this M, the variable, I have to get rid of the 5 and the 7. The 5 is like the best friend, he's close. The 7 is far, it's like the neighbor. So I'm going to get rid of my neighbor first. Or you can say, I want the terms with the letters, the terms with the variables on the left. He doesn't have a variable. So let's move him to the other side. And we move him always by doing opposite. This is subtract 7, so we add 7. That's 0. So then I have 5M equals 18 plus 7. Equals 25, so that's 25 here. Now M wants to be alone, so we have to get rid of the 5. And we do that always at the end by same over same. And 5 divided by 5 is 1, so this is 1. Then we have the M, and 25 divided by 5 equals 5, so this is 5. But the 1 hides, so we can just write M equals 5. Okay. Let's do 16. Okay. So we cut it at the equal sign to make the left side and the right side. There's a lot of terms on the left side. 1, 2, 3 terms on the left side. So let's see, can we make it more simple on the left? Are there any like terms that we can add together? Yeah, the 5x and the 2x, they can go together because they both have x's. They're like terms. So 5 plus 2 equals 7. So this is 7x. But the 3, he doesn't have an x, so he can't go with these guys. He's not a like term. He's unlike. And these ones we cannot add together because the 13 doesn't have an x. So we just have to write them same. Okay. So now cut it left and right. So if we want our letters on the left, our variables on the left, which x do I have to move? The 7 or the 2? We have to move the 2 because we need this 2 on the left side. So I'm going to do the opposite. If there's nothing here, it means he's a positive. So I must do the opposite. Minus 2x. And because he's an x, I have to put him with the x. Think of X-Men. They go together. So here, I put minus 2x. 2 minus 2 is 0, so that's gone. Here, I have 7 minus 2 equals 5. So that's a 5x plus 3 equals 13. So now, x wants to be alone, so I have to get rid of the 5 and the 3. The 5 is like the best friend because he's close to the x. 3 is like the neighbor, so I have to get rid of one of them. I'm going to get rid of the neighbor first. Or you can say this doesn't have an x, so we should move it to the other side. Minus 3, we do the opposite. So then I go 5x equals 13 minus 3 equals 10. So this should be a 10 here. Now x wants to be alone, which means I have to get rid of the 5. And so the very last step is always same over same. So I have to do divide by 5 because I want to get rid of the 5. That's 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Then I have my x. And then 10 divided by 5 equals 2. If you want, you can use the fraction button and go 10 over 5 equals 2. It's the same thing. You can use divide or the fraction button. and x equals 2. So the solution is 2. There's only one solution, and it's 2. Okay? So now you finish the rest of the questions for homework.